Welcome back to the Preacher Boys podcast. I honestly thought we had closed the book on Josh Duggar after his sentencing in 2022, but his name has popped back up in the news cycle once again. For anyone who isn't familiar with the story thus far, Josh Duggar of 19 Kids and Counting fame has been at the center of numerous scandals. In 2015, it was revealed he had molested several of his sisters and family friends when he was a teenager.
Josh came to us on his own, and he was crying, and he had just turned 14. And he said that he had actually improperly touched some of our daughters.
Did he explain why? I mean, was that a question that you asked?
He said he was just curious about girls, and he had gone in and just basically touched them over their clothes while they were asleep, and they didn't even know he had done it.
The Duggars say they tried to deal with the crisis as a family, but the molestation reoccurred. In total, 4 sisters were victimized, as well as the family babysitter.
And in 2019, Duggar was arrested on charges of possessing child sexual abuse materials. The audio you're about to hear comes from when Josh Duggar was initially questioned by police. I've cut it down for time. The full video is available in the link in the description.
But we're part of a specialized task force, and that task force is called the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force.
Yep.
Based on an ongoing investigation, we were able to directly connect. Actually, one of our task force affiliates in the Eastern District was able to directly connect to a certain IP address that was participating in the uploading and sharing of known videos and images of child pornography.
Okay.
That information was then sent to us because the IP geolocated back into the Western District, somewhere in Northwest Arkansas.
So it was transmitting or receiving?
At this point, I probably best that you just listen, okay?
Okay.
We were able to get from this IP address one specific video of child pornography and one folder containing approximately 65 images of child pornography from a specific IP address. We then, once that information was turned over to us, because of the fact that it was geolocated in Northwest Arkansas, we served a federal summons onto or for that IP address. That IP address came back to Ozarks Go with a subscriber of Josh Duggar with cell phone. I'm assuming that's personal cell phone.
And I'm not going to say anything that's going to
we don't
incriminate me or anything at all. I don't want to. I'm not I'm not denying guilt, and I'm not saying that I'm I mean, as far as anything goes, I don't want to say the wrong thing.
At the end of the day, you need to protect yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to say that I'm guilty or not. I'm just not saying on accessing inappropriate content at some point, at any point in my life.
He was eventually found guilty in December of 2021 and sentenced to 12.5 years in prison. But on March 17th, 2023, a new development emerged. According to Insider, the original date set for Duggar's release was August 12th, 2032. However, recent online prison records show that he is now set to be released on October 2nd, 2032, nearly a month and a half later. No confirmed reason for the change has been made public. However, according to Fox News, Josh Duggar has been placed in solitary confinement for being caught with a contraband cell phone. Regardless of whether or not this is the reason for the change in Duggar's sentence, the change is significant. It means he will spend more time in prison than originally expected, 51 days to be exact. My personal opinion, the more time the better, but we'll see how everything pans out. Thank you so much for listening to this update on the Preacher Boys podcast. I will keep you posted if any other news surrounding Josh Duggar's sentencing or the extent of his stay changes. I'll see you on future episodes.